Good evening. Welcome back. Welcome back to ABN AMRO live broadcast. I have a lot of things for you. I brought gifts. All right. So anyway, for you guys, you already know that I had some negotiations. I had some meetings this weekend, and I got it. So I'm bearing gifts this time. And anyway, I also planned a lot of things for this broadcast too. So anyway, of course, we are gonna have the finance news. We have a market analysis on both the stock market and yes, crypto market is insane. And then we also got and you know what? Everybody's talking about crypto, so we are gonna introduce the cryptocurrencies initial offerings. So hang in there, all right? So we're gonna talk about it because there are different kind of offerings, and you got to be very careful out there because when we talk about initial offerings for crypto, is not like stocks. Stock, we have IPOs, just IPOs, they have rules, regulations, and everything. But for crypto, is a little different. For cryptocurrencies, there is like ICOs, IEOs. They have IDOs and ITOs, and they have all the different types. So we got to be paying attention to this. So I am Amir Callahan. So let's get things started. All right. So let's go over the financial news. Yes, we are still focusing on the numbers because still we are going to have a few rate cuts for the next few months. So especially the one the one that's closest to us is going to be December. So anyway, so that's the reason why that we have to focus on is the inflation rates and also the job market. So anyway, let's look into the initial jobless claim. Excuse me. So the number of the American filing for new applications for the unemployment benefits unexpectedly fell last week, with initial claims dropped 6,000 to the seasonal adjusted 213,000. But let me tell you something, this number, when we go towards January, is going to change by a lot. The reason why, a lot of company, they are, as we reported before, a lot of companies, they are firing people, like they are laying off people. We talked about AMD, we talked about Boeing, especially Boeing, they're supposed to be cutting like 17,000 jobs. So yeah, we are going to be having a lot of people out of a job too. I mean, they are professionals, and especially when we talk about aviation industry, Boeing is the only thing. So that's why if they are firing technicians and all that, it's going to be a big problem. But anyway, for now, the initial jobless claim is looking quite all right. So the suggested job growth rebounded in November after the slowing last month because of hurricane and the strike, and we all covered about that. So let's go into the non-farm payroll as well. We have a non-farm payroll. They got more jobs, increased it 12,000 jobs in October. That's the smallest gain since December 2020, and after rising by 223,000 in September. So we gotta look into this number, and then also in a way that the employment still, you're looking at this like increase, decrease, but the thing is we are still at the lowest unemployment rate at all times. So we have a lot of jobs out there. So basically every single jobs is going to be like 1.7 jobs out there. So it is actually pretty good. So anyway, let's look into the manufacturing PMI. But the PMI is a little disappointing because it is 48.8, which means that anything over 50, that is the index, if it's over 50, that will be an indication of expanding. So, but over here we have a 48.8, which means that it's contracting. So manufacturing side, the purchasing manager index, it is contracting. So anyway, so those are the numbers. And we got more too. Let's look into the the existing home sales. I will go over the report, but lately I'm feeling, and especially after the election, I really feel like a lot of the numbers we are getting, they are wrong. They are very not true. So, because I kept saying that, yeah, our economy is great, and then like, you just with the stock market just keep going up, and then we got crypto going on too. But the thing is, yeah, I mean, like the economy is going good, but the thing is like, everybody else is not, we are not feeling it. We are not feeling it. We're not feeling so good about it. There's people just like average Joes like me that we go to work, and then we just feel like, we just have a hard time putting meals on the table, right? So anyway, and I'm not the only person, and they say that the existing home sales has gone up. I can see that, but will not have to do with a lot of people think like, yeah, because we just lowered the interest rate. We just lowered, we just 75 basis points in the last few months. So that's why that we probably do that. But I really don't think it has anything to do with our interest rate. So let's look into the numbers and we'll find out about that. So US existing home sales rebounded sharply in October, posting the first annual gain since mid-2021. As a buyer rush into the market, I really don't think so, but yes, that's what they said. That's what the report said. As buyers rushing into the market to take advantage of the brief declining in mortgage rate, which is not true, because when they lowered the rates, actually we had the highest mortgage rates. They did not lower the mortgage rates. So and then the thing is that if they are really wanting to take advantage of mortgage rate, is not now. You are talking about something like closer to next year. So it's totally insane. So, but the thing is, why did it increase? Let's go over the report and I will talk to you about that. So anyway, we have the home sales jumped 3.4% last month to the seasonal adjusted to an annual rate of 3.96, so almost 4 million units. That's from the National Association of the Realtors, and then the economists also poll and saying that forecast and saying that there's a resale rebound to the rate of 33.93 million units. So sales slumped to a rate of 3.83 million units in September, which was lowest since October 2010. So the sales increased at 2.9% year to year, and then the first annual rise since July 2021. So anyway, yes, people are buying houses. However, you have to understand that right now the price is in their highest. So what does it mean? You are buying something that basically just keeping the value, and that's it. Is the price still gonna go up? I don't think so. But people are buying as investment properties, or maybe you gotta just renovate it and then like put a pool in it and try to sell it for higher price. So you try to make it nicer and all that. But I can tell you right now, it is on top already. So the only way that to have the pricing for the housing price to go up, the value to go up, the only thing is if they're gonna cut another at least 1%, or more than 1% of the rates of the mortgage rate right now. At least I'm talking about. So if the mortgage rates go back to like around 4%, yes, then the housing market, yes, the price is going to go up, which we don't want, because a lot of times like we couldn't afford housing anymore. We're talking about national median price of existing homes. You're looking at the mid 400s. Who can afford a mid 400 house? You have to make at least like $110,000 a year, and to basically qualify for the median home. So that I'm not seeing. So that's the reason why if the only people that are buying homes there for investment purposes, because that we know that the interest rate is going to go down, so then they can sell it for later on for higher price. So that's the reason. That's the only reason they can do that. And that is my take on the housing market. The next one, let's go over the financial market. All right, we're talking about stocks, we talk about ETFs, we're talking about crypto, we're talking about everything finance. And then BofA came up with a report too, and I think it's extremely significant to us, because any kind of movement, we're talking about inflow, outflow, we can see like a pattern. And yes, we inputted all this data into our AI as well, so they kind of will just let the LLM kind of learn about this. So anyway, but I think this is definitely significant, so I want to pull this data out and talk to you guys about it. So anyway, the US equity funds are set to experience a record high breaking years with the annualization inflow reaching $448 billion. So it is reported by Bank of America. So let's look into money market. Money market that we are witnessing right here is that there is like money market funds are also witnessing like unprecedented demand, projecting to a receipt of a massive inflow of $1.1 trillion into 2024. Well, I'm kind of surprised that maybe it has to do with the money market at that time, that the interest rate is high. It's still kind of high. So in the week ending November 11th, equity funds attracting $14.4 billion, while bonds saw an inflow too for $9.1 billion, and then we have the cryptocurrency gains, $900 million. So that is just for November. Anyway, so meanwhile we have a $600 million exited gold and money. And then also money market funds experience like a withdrawal of $1.3 billion. So what does it mean is is kind of like we are seeing that there is a shift from safe haven and then to the asset financing. So anyway, so in the investment. So anyway, so we are seeing that BofA said it is a weekly flow show report that's citing that by the EPFR global data. So among the other noteworthy flows, BofA also highlighted Treasury saw an outflow. They're trying to get out of that, a total of $6.4 billion. And then let's look into the sector-wise. Sector-wise, we saw the highest is financials. We're talking about banks. We're talking about all those investment institute. We're talking about there's a $6 billion inflow over the past 4 weeks. And then that's the number one industry. And you're kind of surprised, right? However, I'm not surprising, because as soon as they put out most of the financial institute, when they had the earning report, they were more than expected. So anyway, so I'm not very surprised about. A lot of people might be surprised because everybody think it must be tech. Tech is actually number 2. So the second biggest inflow we talk about when we come to tech is like around $5.4 billion inflow of that one. So anyway, so this is the two sector that is gaining a lot of traction right here. So anyway, so that is the financial report. And let me tell you, I'm going to make it quick. This this time because I have so many things I need to talk to you about. And stay tuned after the broadcast. I have more to talk about, and it has to do with crypto. So anyway, well, since we're talking about crypto, then let's look into Bitcoin today. We are looking at Bitcoin 900. We are like 96,000 range. We are in the mid 96,000 range, so you're 96.3, 96.4. I'm not very sure how much is it. I don't have the meters with me right now. So anyway, but it did hit 100. It get very close to $100,000 per unit per token. So everybody's like, yes, that's how it goes. And then the reason why, because again, a lot of people say it's because of Donald Trump, and then they are just optimistic about the crypto market, and then we are going to have crypto reserve, all that good stuff. All right. So anyway, the world's largest cryptocurrency hits a series of records high this week with the rally after Donald Trump election. Well, when showing that a few signs of easing, and then also we have the Bitcoin, we have the spot Bitcoin ETFs future as well. It just happens like a few days ago. A few days ago. So that actually helps a lot the market too. So Bitcoin rose to, like, on Friday it was like 98. It's 98,870. Record high is 99,289, so very close to $100,000. The Bitcoin trading was also boosted by the launch of, just like I talked about, the BlackRock iShares Bitcoin Trust. So the ETF, that's basically the ETF's future. So anyway, now what's the most important part about Bitcoin? It is we need to find the support level, because when we see a crypto goes up like that, then it's really hard to if it falls, if it pulls back, if they don't do a correction, then what is gonna happen, right? So anyway, with the highest level right now, my prediction of the 100,000, but right now it went up to close to 100,000. So anyway, my safe level for the safe level I'm talking about, it is $89 to $90,000. That's the support level of 89 to 9. So that will be, I will call that the support level. They shouldn't break down lower, shouldn't break lower than that. But anyway, but right now, remember, it's just gonna get better, especially January, when Donald Trump is finally take office. Then we were going to see another surge in cryptocurrency, especially if they start naming. I mean, there's basically a step by step. We have Donald Trump come take the office, and then afterwards they are going to have the crypto reserve, and then afterwards they have the deregulations on the cryptocurrencies. So yeah, every time that there's going to be some kind of decisions on it, Bitcoin is going to go up. And not just Bitcoin, because when it comes to percentage, Bitcoin did not increase that much. All right. We are looking at other cryptocurrencies. You have, for example, AIKK. AIKK is phenomenal. I mean, it's been like a month and a half, 2 months or so. It went over like 55 times already. So, I mean, we got much better things out there, and that's the kind of gift that I'm gonna bring to you guys. So stay tuned to the end of this broadcast. So now let's go over some other things too. It is important because it's about Elon Musk. You start counting the businesses that Elon Musk owns. Elon Musk has Tesla, Starlink, SpaceX. We have X, former used to known as Twitter, and then we also have the robots, the Optimus bot, and then we have Cybercaps, and now I don't know if you have heard about this. It's called Neuralink. Neuralink, basically what is this? And they just got the approval for testing over in Canada. But why is this very significant? Well, basically what it is, like I have already saw the product. When they were testing on, there was 2 person, they actually have it. One person is doing really well with that. Basically what it is, basically what Elon Musk did is put a chip in your brain. It's for people that are paralyzed. Just all four limbs, so maybe just like, just paralyzed, that you couldn't really do anything to maybe control like a computer or whatever. So, but anyway, but what I saw, that one of the first, I couldn't say test subject is human, but because the person is paralyzed from the neck down, but he could use a computer. He could drag it around, he could make it function just by thinking about it. So this is a big step. I mean, we're talking about that, now, even though if you are paralyzed, that you can still access your computer. That is insane. And you know what? That ultimate goal for this is that if you are paralyzed, then they are going to use the technology over in the Optimus bot. We're talking about the humanoid. He is going to use the humanoid, then connected with the Neuralink. So then some of your body parts, you can be controlled with the robot technology. So wow, that's the reason why he's the richest man in the world. And he also said, he has so many ideas, but you know what? And his idea is really working. Is also benefiting our society, and we always think that maybe this is just friction, right? It's just not gonna happen. Like, well, it is happening. It is really happening, and I saw that video of that when the person was paralyzed and was controlling the computer, and that was blowing my mind. So that's why when we talk about Tesla stocks, yes, it has a long way to go. All right, and that's why they are the Max 7s. Well, because Tesla is part of the Max 7s. Anyway, so that is the Neuralink. Then another one we will go over is Amazon. Amazon's been around, they're doing good, especially they're making a lot of money over with the AWS. But anyway, I think what they are doing, this move is brilliant. Is extremely brilliant. And the reason why, and let me go over that, because Amazon on Friday announced that it would invest another additional $4 billion to Anthropic. I don't know how it's like, hopefully I don't pronounce it wrong, but anyway, Anthropic is an AI company startup that founded by OpenAI researcher. And then the new funding brings the tech giant total investment of this for $8 billion already through Amazon's will retain its position as a minority investors, according to Anthropic. So the San Francisco-based company behind the Claude chatbot and also AI models, AWS, Amazon Web Services, will also become Anthropic's primary cloud and also training partners, according to the blog post. From now on, Anthropic will use AWS Titanium and also the inferencia of chips to train and deploy its largest AI models. So why am I calling this a really smart move? The reason why is we are looking at Meta. We are looking at Google. We are looking at Apple. Every single one of them, they develop their own AI. So that is basic. But you know what? Right now, and it became their CapEx, the capital expenditures. So a lot of people, when they look at capital expenditure, is that yes, you put money into capital expenditures, right? When are you going to start making money back? But instead of this, Amazon's, what they did is they used those money instead of put it in the capex, they put it into investment into another company. So besides that, they're developing their AI for them. Also, that is also have a value of the company, which that if the value goes up, then if the value goes up for the company, yes, then they make money. And then in the same time that this company is developing their AI for them, so then it's like basically it's a win-win situation. A lot of times that all these big companies is capital expenditure. So that's the reason why that Emerson's and also Microsoft is doing good, and that's because of that. Instead of capital expenditures, they put it in investment and let this company to help them, just like OpenAI. So anyway, so it is looking real good, and this is not the only company that is partnering with Anthropic. So anyway, we'll just talk about it a little later. But anyway, let's get into it. Since we're talking about Max 7's company, then we are looking at Google. Google, yes, is in trouble. So basically, the DOJ said that they have to sell Chrome, the Chrome browsers, and then share data and their search results with rivals, and take also measures, including the possible selling of the Android. So you have to understand. Microsoft, we're talking about Google, basically has a lot of monopolies on things. First of all, is Google Search. Chrome, Android. You can say, yeah, Android is not really in the monopoly because we also have Apple. But a lot of times that if you have a phone, but basically if it's not Apple, it's Android. So basically it's what it is. And there's a lot of restriction when it comes to Android, same as Apple as well. So anyway, so now the DOJ said, antitrust, we gotta break it up. So that's how it is. And don't think that because it is a natural monopoly. What is a natural monopoly? Natural monopoly means that they didn't do anything. It just happens to everybody start using Google Search, which is not true. So like right now, when we're talking about search engine, 90% of the people that will use Google, and the reason why is they are I don't care if it's Android or it's Apple, they are pre-programmed into their phones, in their computer, and the reason why is they get paid. Apple got paid more than $1 billion like a month. So I'm like, don't quote me wrong, but I think that I definitely being paid every month, and not just this, just the base pay. And then if by using all this, and then they have Google, they have their ads in there, and then through this platform, and then if they buy something and the advertising profit, also part of them goes, I think I would say 36% of those profit will go to that platform too. So they are making money left and right, and I have been doing it for a long time. So now it makes it, Google became like a lot of them. They just basically have the monopoly on search, over 90%, and it is not from natural monopoly. Natural monopoly, yes, is not covered by the antitrust. But if you do things to make sure you're a monopoly on something, yeah, this is definitely antitrust, right? So anyway, billions of dollars is being paid to all this company. Apple is one of the very first ones because even though Apple has its own search engine, but no, Google. They made Google is the primary. So anyway, I think this is right. It's looking out for the little guy, and I think it's just plain wrong sometimes because they are paying people out because of that. But anyway, that's business. So that is Alphabet. The next one I want to go over, and the reason why I want to go over this because this stock went up 30%, and it does have something to do with the Anthropic, that's the same company. What it is that it's Snowflake. Snowflake's shares went up more than 30%. It went up more than 30% for the data and now analytic after the data analytic provider raised its annual product revenue forecast, signaling the growth of the demands for the cloud-based data storage and analytics. So anyway, what is this stock anyway? So what is Snowflake? So Snowflake is a data warehouse built on top of the AWS and also Microsoft Azure. So basically, it's built on top of the cloud infrastructure and allow them storage and also computing power, also computing. So anyway, so they are being sourced out to. So we're talking about Amazon, we're talking Microsoft is sourcing out the cloud with Snowflake, and that's the reason why it went up 30% Thursday. But anyway, it came Friday, came back down a little 2%. So, but that's gonna be fine. Anyway, the company, whose shares have fallen 35% this year already, and all of a sudden it came back up. So yes, the company is undervalued, and they realize that, and especially with. Well, its value to increase by over $12 billion on market caps just because of the 30-something%. It is not, well, right now is the market cap is, they said, the report saying that it was Thursday, $43.3 billion, but when it gets to, but actually I did the actual calculations, this company is actually worth $56 billion. So yes, it went up quite a bit when it comes to the market. When it comes to the market caps. So anyway, Snowflake announced a partnership too with the Anthropic on Wednesday, which will allow the customers to enhance their AI application using the Anthropic LLM on the Snowflake cloud-based data platform. So anyway, the company is expected the product revenue of $3.43 billion for 2025, comparing to the previous forecast of $3.36 billion. So anyway, yes, that is great. So now, since, well, those are the tech companies, and now let's look into retail, because you know what? Next week, we Thanksgiving is a holiday season, so of course you're gonna be seeing this company that the stock is going to soar. They are gonna be skyrocketing because that people are buying stuff. But anyway, Gap. Let's look into Gap. Gap shares soared 16% on Friday as a return to growth across all four brands. After nearly 2 years of it, just encouraged the apparel retailer to lift the annual sales forecasts in a robust start to the holiday shopping season. So anyway, Old Navy's also owned by Gap, and there are other two, Banana Republic and all that. But anyway, it's doing good because that you can see all the retailers. We're looking at Walmart. We reported it last time that it looks like it's looking good. But of course, there's going to be another one. We have a loser. That is, and I don't really want to say that because I do have friends that are working they have. I can't say which executive, but yes, the person is one of the persons in charge of the operations. Yeah, they are having a big trouble, and I have a report on that one later. So anyway, we got some of the stock is rising in the sector, some of them falling. So, but anyway, Gap is definitely on track with the numbers, and the reason why the new CEO just came in last year, August, and doing better than ever, and making Gap a real brand, because it's just because back in the days when for Gap basically you want a T-shirt, you want jeans, okay, let's go. There's no brainer, but the thing is there are a lot of choice out there. So now basically what it is they are bringing back the fashion into the Gap brands and all the other brands they own too. So anyway, they're doing good, such as just casual wears, jeans, khakis, and all that. So anyway, they are doing better. So that is Gap. The one is not doing better, Target. Target is doing horrible. Let's look into, I am not talking about just one analyst saying that they are doing bad because they are not being downgraded, but the target price got decreased. So anyway, let's look into the other reports. We're looking at Jeffries. They revised the stock price to 165 from 195. So 165 does not do the justice because there are worse ones out there. We have Pepper Sandler adjusted from 156 to 130. And then we have the DA Davidson as well, cut the price to 150. Evercore ISI, we have 130 from 165. Yes, people are not believing this brand because you know why? Because of Walmart is a really big competitor. Despite the number is not doing bad. The number did not do bad. All right. So let's take a look at it. We have you have targets like seeing some positive development. We have including the 6% increase in the beauty categories, 11% in digital sales, and also 50% year to date increase in free cash flow. However, none of the people are really taking it seriously, and they didn't really. Their earning reports didn't do that good. So Wednesday was down 72% down to $121. Came back up Friday, $125, up 2.81%. The market cap's at $57 billion. So that's all of the news. Let's look into the market analysis. All three for Friday, all three of the stock of the indexes were up. So anyway, and we got the Dow hit an all-time high as well. So anyway, let's look into the numbers. We have the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 426 points from the previous trading days to 44,296 at its all-time high, or you can say it is up almost 1%. S&P 500 up 20 points to 5969. The Nasdaq up 31 points to 19,000. So anyway, good increase. So then let's look into the weekly accumulations of these indexes. We have the Dow up almost 2% for the week, and then Nasdaq 1.7%, S&P 1.6%, because of strong performance on the corporate earnings and overall the fragility of the U.S. economy will be the key factors driving the stock market to continue to rise. However, we have the yen should pay attention to the potential risk as the overvaluation, over concentration of the investment portfolio, and then also uncertainty in Trump's administration policies and the people that he picks. So yes, but the stock market is still up, so it is on the ups. As you can see on the chart right over here is going up. The trend we're talking about the Bollinger Bands. We're talking about they're all trending up right now. So it is going real good. Now, but the big news, of course, it is Bitcoin. We just talked about it. It reached close to 100,000. And what's gonna happen? Yeah, what's gonna happen? Well, it is going to keep going, and that's the reason why that we try not to buy in dips. The reason why it is that if we're gonna buy in dips, it means that we're gonna wait. But now it is the time that we want to buy with the trend because everything I'm talking about, all cryptos are trending up. So if you are going to be investing right now, I'm not talking about not going to be talking about trading. If you are investing right now, yes, this is the time to buy crypto. To buy crypto right now on its trend. All right. So anyway, and Bitcoin is not going up that much anyway. There's so many other ones we're talking about. Let's go over some of the other crypto too. Right now, the BTC is at 96 and a half. And then we have Ether. Wow, it is 33. It's 33,000. But the one we want to focus is Solana. Solana, it was like a few weeks ago, you're looking at there like 150 or so. Now it is 200. It's like 245. Another one we want to pay attention to. This one is almost like the black horse. No one really think of is going to happen, but it is MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy last week is still for 300 something thousand. Right now it's $421. Friday it went up 6 point something percent. So anyway, yeah, I mean, this is the things it is going to focus on is a MicroStrategy. The reason why, because if Bitcoin goes up the price, which means that this company's value will go up too, and it's going up with Bitcoin. So it is not stopping. There's no stopping for the MicroStrategy. So you got to pay attention to that. So now let's go over cryptocurrencies initial offering. So basically, well, everything got to start. It's kind of like an IPO for stocks, right? But for the cryptocurrency, they have the initial offerings. But there are different kinds. The one that we see the most, it is IEO and ICO. IEO stands for initial exchange offering. ICO stands for initial coin offering. So what is the difference, right? That is a huge difference, and the one that I can tell you is that don't ever trust anything else if it's not an IEO, initial exchange offering. Basically, what it is that ICO, anyone can set up their crypto. Anyone can start selling their crypto anywhere online, and then but the IEO is basically I'm gonna go over the details with you. So I'm going to go over the details with you because it has to do with, because not just the crypto itself, because it is backed by the exchange too. So that's the reason why they are so different. So IEO and ICO are the two methods of fundraising for the cryptocurrencies and blockchain projects. They share some of similarity, but also have significant differences. Let's look at the ICO. An ICO is a way to raise funds by issuing new cryptocurrencies or tokens directly to the public. The process typically involves the following steps. First of all, is a project white paper. So anyway, the project team will publish a white paper in this describing the project goals, technical details and fundings needed, token distribution, also the usage plans. The second, it is token purchases. Token purchase during the predefined period, investor can buy the newly issued tokens using cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ether. Number three, token distribution. So after the ICO ends, the project teams distributed the tokens to the investor. That's it. And that stops there. However, when it comes to IEO, it's a little different. The IEO is conducted on a cryptocurrency exchange platform. Unlike the ICO is managed and sold directly on their exchange. So the process generally involves like this: so project collaboration with the exchange. That's number one. The project team partners with one or more cryptocurrency exchanges, which handles the technical and also the promotional aspect of the token sales. Second, we have the exchange review. So the exchange conducts a review on the project, including the team backgrounds, project feasibility, and also the regulatory compliances. So number three, token sales. During this predefined periods, investor can purchase the tokens through the exchange platform, and then token number four, token distribution and listing. So the exchange manages the token distribution and lists the token for trading on their platform immediately after the IEO ends. So now, difference between why is it IEO better than ICO? Just like what I said earlier, trust and security. The ICO investors must trust the project team directly, which increases the risk, as many ICO projects have turned out to be a scam. IEO, though, is a little different because the exchange acts as the intermediary, revealing the management of the token sales, thus enhancing enhancing the project's credibility and also security. Regulatory compliances, ICO, the project team usually handles the compliance issue themselves, which may pose legal risks. However, IEO is a little different. We're talking about the exchange typically ensure the project complies with relevant laws and regulations, reducing legal risk for investors. But it is really hard to come around if you can find an IEO, because a lot of times that even though before the IEO wanted to go public, wanted to go initial offering, a lot of big institutes already picked them up. So we don't see a lot of them. So anyway, let's go for more. The IEO bit better than the ICO, promotion and exposure. So ICO, the project team needs to handle the market, which can be resource intensive and also time consuming. However, we have the IEO exchange have to have a broad user base already, so then and marketing channels, so making it easier to attract investors. Convenience, ICO, investors send cryptocurrency directly to the project address, so which can be a complex process. However, IEO investors can buy tokens directly to the exchange platform, so then you just kind of trade with it. Basically, you just buy it from there. Immediate trading, ICO, after an ICO ends, they still have to go look for a platform to trade. So basically, they have to go talk afterwards, because ICO does not come with a platform. So a lot of times that people sold it and just leave it as that. So you can't really trade it. However, IEO's immediate trading. We're talking about tokens are usually listed for the trading on the partner's exchange immediately after the IEO ends, and increasing liquidity. So overall, IEOs offer advantages in terms of enhancing project credibility, security, and also regulatory compliance, marketing, and also convenience, making them generally considered better than ICO. And I was talking about I brought gifts. So this is what happened. I went and negotiate with Congo. And then because Congo has an IEO, so this is what it is. So I'm going to share it with you guys. So anyway, we are going to, not we, Congo, like they are going to have an IEO. So this is the IEO price. The name of the IEO is AIXL. I'm going to go over the white paper with you next time. See what it is, but I'm just going to give you a heads up on this one here. It's going to be 0.5 thousand. It's going to be 50 cents. The supply of it is going to be 100 million of them, but of course we can only use like we only have 50 million of them that will be trading. The first one is going to be, so we can do the application November 27th to December 3rd. So those are the time that we can apply for it. We can apply for the IEOs, but you will get the result December 4th. The allotment is going to be December 4th. Then you got a time period after that December 4th. You know how much you got it. And then, you got till the 12th to pay for it. Listing date is going to be on the 13th of the December. And then also that it has a locked up date. The locked up date is going to be the 13th to the 20th. So those are the times that you can buy. You can buy more or sell it. You just have to keep it the way it is. So anyway, this is the gifts. And then yes, our members have the priority to apply for it. So if you are interested in it, you can start applying with your trader. Contact your trader, and then yes, you can start. And then see if you get how much allotment you're gonna get. So anyway, I'm gonna go over this. I'm gonna go over the white paper with you next time. So yes, we have more information, and I'm going to talk to you guys in the group, so then so it's going to be much easier. Anyway, that's all for tonight for the broadcast, and I will be talking to you in our investment group. Have a good night. I will talk to you later.